Yes, yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Poison Points. Oh, good morning. How are we doing this wonderful, fine Tuesday? I know it's a little bit of a strange day to do a normal interview on, but I figured that it would be better for some of our guests who cannot stay as late or perhaps have to work early in the morning to have a special day. Pogging out of your gourd, well, it's a pleasure to have you all here tonight, and I truly do appreciate everyone who has showed up. It's strange, I know, again, to be on a Tuesday, but what can you do? We do our best. Oh goodness, that wasn't supposed to happen at all. I wish that YouTube didn't have like a notation, like the numpad quick commands. If you could turn that off, that'd be great, because I would like to do secret numpad transitions, but I can't. You could honestly probably guess exactly what number is adjusted to this scene transition. But greetings. Hello, Mano, Chance, Zed, PK, Mitsuda, of course, though Mitsuda is cheating. Soul, Rez, Wisp, I see Hewitt Packard, or Hot Pocket, Crow hiding in the chat, Chance, I believe, and that's it. That's all I've seen so far. Oh, and Quasar at the beginning with the hydrate, which I did do. We are not doing a silly poll this time around, Buffy. Definitely, for this one time, I want to take a little bit of a break from it. I want it to be something that I can definitely use, but not stress about every time we go into an interview. And considering that I am doing multiple interviews this week, with Citrus being on Saturday, Mitsuda today, and a, well, undisclosed guest for Friday, I need a little bit of leeway. And yes, there was a Cosmic Nana, but that was a little bit ago. Yeah, that's why I missed it, because I am not colorblind, but I do get a little bit overloaded when it comes to colors, and colors are how I separate most of you in chat. So the Zepper Zed and Nana having same colors is kind of weird. And no worries, BK. The headpad hand over there will fill for you. In the meantime, I always forget to turn that off. Honestly, I just need to make a folder that has all of that information in one place, so I don't have to go through every single time. You are Blu-res, indeed. Me and Mono are the same, yes. But see, it's the differences in your names at that point. It's not necessarily how I read it out every time, but I do look at the differences. Zed, you are a very, very bright green. PK's pink. Buffy is a slightly different variation of pink, which I think is really cool. Mitsuda's orange to me, but I don't know if that's set permanently. I think Mitsuda has it random. Mono is purple, yes. You are the Among Us coral red, as... Thank you, Buffy. I very much appreciate that. Let's get some music started here, shall we? Is this green easier on the eyes? Listen, all colors are easy on my eyes. It's just a matter of the differentiation. If you have similar name structures, or I haven't seen you too much around in chat, I have to get used to it, of course. No way, I thought all Twitch usernames were just gray and normally mono. I think that has to do with your vision. And Sheol's, the way they pack bits and sprites and pixels. Okay. Music online. There we go. Let me know if that's too loud. Sheol has color, Mono explicitly told me so. Yes, there's also that one singular, what was it? Monkey? There's one monkey. Normal monkey, not a mono monkey. They are a literal normal creature that lives in Sheol, the one and only. So that one I would presume has color. No, it is canon mono. We have decided it as the council, and the council in the vault has decided that you have one monkey. Oh, we have the dancing time. It's Kiryu. He's doing his signature moonwalk over in the corner. We'll see a little bit more of Kiryu later. But hello, Ellie. And I wish your relative a wonderful happy birthday. My goodness. You agree with us, right, Ellie, that the one singular monkey, the existence of a monkey does about a year of lore work. Listen, there can be at least one exception, right? All great anomalies have something that doesn't make sense or correlate with their lore. So I think a monkey is fine. I am the exception. Well, two exceptions. There are two current exceptions. Thank you for the head pats, Nana. If you were not being interviewed today, I would smite you for the pun. I am very much on Lyra's side. No puns. No puns. No way, you have a monkey? CHP agrees. Hot Pockets knows. Well, Chance, you act as though that opinion mattered in the vault. Listen, the monkey opinion, that is the only one that you cannot have. This is just the way it is. Not for long. No, please don't kill the monkey. They drive you around. They're your chauffeur. How dare you do that to them? Oh my goodness. You are also goofy. Several times, multiple times in fact, it is all because of you that I break character. I just want that to be known. You make me laugh, so thank you. I appreciate it. As we are coming up on our last 2 interviews for the month, it's been a bit of a bumpy first month of actually, officially doing this. But I'm glad that today we get to share, a momentous occasion with Mitsuda. Which, by the way, I have kept Mitsuda long enough. Welcome on in, Mitsuda. Thank you for being on stream today. Oh, I sure hope Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, hi. Yes. Hello. Hold on. I'm on the phone for a minute. No, Chief. Chief, I told you I had this interview scheduled like a month ago. Get someone else to work at. God, hold on. No. Yeah, I know. I know. We're all busy. I'm not special in that regard, and neither are you. Okay? It's one locked room. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll talk to you later. I love you too. Goodbye. Sorry about that. Things have been busy back at the home office. Hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing tonight?
Did I hear I love you too?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I am going to worry about
asking the
it.
question. Wait, shit, no.
Yeah, I'm the one asking the question today, and you did agree. The non-disclosure agreement did say, well, no, not the NDA. Our disclosure agreement stated that you would answer any question that I asked.
It did?
Yes, it did.
Oh. Oh dear. Well, there might be some things involving currently ongoing cases that might have some legal issues with that, but I mean, if I sign a contract, what can I do? Am I right, folks?
Yeah, I mean, you did sign in blood. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't remember that part. It was a bit a messy night.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that one. You know, I will. Yeah. I'll put a pin in that question for now.
Not the only thing you've put pins into lately, apparently.
Yes, and usually by pin I mean claws.
The difference is a matter of semantics sometimes.
Oh God, Mitsuda, you didn't read the contract. I get everybody on this, by the way. Literally everyone is confused when I ask them a question that they don't really understand how I knew. But, I mean, it's here today. We're about to have this dropped on everybody. You sign up for poison points. You basically give everything to me. That's just the way it goes.
That's fun. Well, I hope you enjoy the small coin collection, pocket full of lint, and a collection of obscure novels no one else you know has ever read that you're not actually going to get around to reading that you get out of that.
I mean, have you read them?
Of course.
Well, there you have it. That's all I need.
Is that how it works? Okay, hold on. I gotta go update my Irisu lore file. You all can't hear it, but I just clicked a pen into the mic. I have to get my filter it, but
you need to set a prenup before getting on poison points. Otherwise, you'll lose everything. Yes, the life insurance really comes in clutch for some of y'all. I swear. Well, regardless, before we get in any further, how is the sound, everybody? Does it sound okay? Mitsuda is going clearly against my voice, and Spotify is...
Am I loud? Is Irisu loud? Is the music loud? I can't hear the music. I'm not doubling up on our audio, so I don't know.
Challenge run. I have actually tried to do that before. Back in the day when I was a new streamer, I would double up audio because I didn't think that my stream could hear it. And then I ended up blowing out a pair of headphones because it repeated so much and I couldn't stop it in time.
That sounds awful. Why would you do that to yourself?
Mistakes, they happen from time to time. And if you've never done it before, then, well, you're all the more prone.
Alright, Pepper says audio is good, Buffy says audio is good.
We are all perfect.
I assume that means we're good.
Yes, and Kiryu is perfectly in frame.
Ah, yes. Cosmic video.
It's probably one of the best redeems that I've set up on the channel so far. It gets a lot of
It is very
mileage.
good.
I forgot to do this. If anybody in chat, by the way, has like a sprite that they want to use that does a little bit of a dance, I have had a few people submit, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But you can send me a DM, and I will include you as a random dancer in the back for the redeem.
Okay. Wait, you said include you. Does it specifically have to be like yourself, or can it just be like any random GIF you pull up?
If you have something that works, then definitely for sure. The only requirements I have for that in that case is transparent background or like an easily chroma keyed background. So.
Oh.
The dancing juggalo. I cannot say that I'm familiar with this GIF. No. Chance, I will be getting around to it. It's just, this is me that you're talking about. I am incredibly lazy and a big procrastinator, and I don't mean to, but it happens. It happens. Regardless. Let's get into it, shall we?
Whatever the case may be, I apparently sold my soul for this. Let's see if there's anything to take.
Yes, I will begin grilling you. Interrogation, as I like to call it. You are across the table from me, and there are at least 5 trained snipers. You cannot see them because they have armor piercing, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Oh, thank you for the headpats.
Yeah, well, I have an invisible force field. You want to play this game? You want to play this game, Frog?
Is that part of your lore? Is that how we're going to get into this now?
No, that would raise more questions than it would answer.
I'm just realizing
oh
now.
God, my eye. I got it to my eye. Oh God. Ow.
I just realized that it was all set up wrong and improper.
No, keep it.
In the eye? Okay.
That's I was gonna do that regardless of whether it was there or not. This has been a running gag on my channel since day one. That's
oh, here we go.
It's just a neat little bit of serendipity. Not why.
I love it so much.
At least one of us is enjoying themselves.
Yeah, this is why redeems exist. They exist to torture us infinitely forever. All right.
Believe me, I've noticed. Okay.
I have a bunch of questions for you, one of which was asked last week, which you were there for the, well, not really last week, it was a few days ago, but you were there for the Citrus interview. You have a bit of an idea of how to answer this one, or you've had some time to ponder it.
I have.
If you could make anyone in the world listen to one musical artist, who would it be? And what song would you lead with?
Okay. So, as you said, I was here in chat during the previous interview. I did know this question was coming before we got in here. So you know me, I am not one given to over-exaggeration or dramatic flourishes of phrase unless it's, like, funny. As soon as I heard that this was the question I was going to have to answer, I literally broke out in, like, a cold sweat. Because let me tell you, I do not actively, like, listen to music as much as a lot of other people in the VTuber sphere, so I was like, shit. Whatever answer I give here is gonna be incredibly basic. But, you know, I'm gonna do my damnedest. So after going through, like, my music history, I think the answer I've settled on is a Japanese band by the name of Akatsuki Records.
I have heard of them, actually.
Yes, I kind of take for granted that a lot of people in the VTuber sphere do. So, the reason I chose good old Katsuki is because of 2 reasons. One of them is that they're one of the most flexible, like, bands I've ever heard of, like, in my long years on this Earth. Silver 7, thank you for the gift sub.
Yes, I appreciate it a lot,
What?
Silver.
Why do my eyes suddenly feel funny?
Oh,
Is that a thing I should be concerned about?
yeah, that's the other part. You also don't remember this, but I may have also injected you with like an overtime dose of poison. So,
Oh, that's fun. Anyway, what was I just saying? Akatsuki Records, very flexible band. A lot of people know them for like their hard rock and metal stuff, which, mind you, slaps incredibly hard. But they've also done like lots of other stuff. They've done little. The thing I usually remember when I think of like other stuff they've done is they did like an Irish folk, like little jig. And I'm like, any band that can do both of those is certainly, you know, a band you should follow for technical stuff, if nothing else.
okay.
The second thing Sorry,
No.
over you. The second thing I was thinking is, and anyone who is already familiar with Akatsuki Records will know this already, their lead vocalist is the single most talented woman in the history of vocal music. She has a voice that could, like, vibrate your skull, hit high notes, hit low notes, do, like, metal screams that would put Ike Evelyn to shame. Friggin' incredible shit. As someone who, like, thinks they sound like a 14-year-old still, I am incredibly jealous.
I see. Okay. I like this answer. I actually have them playing in the background now, now that you've brought them up.
Yeah. The second part of the question, what is one song you would pick from them? I gave a little thought, and the answer I settled on was a song called Destrudo Self-Destructive Generation. That is Destrudo, D-S-T-R-U-D-O, all capital letters, dash Self-Destructive Generation, dash. The reason I picked that song is because those of you who are familiar with Akatsuki Records will already know they are primarily famous as a Toho Project cover band. But Destrudo is a fully original song, and I think that's a good way to show off their general talents and their more creative sides, and, you know, all the shit people care about when you're trying to sell them on a band. And also because it's... Sorry, you go, you're the interviewer.
I was just curious, are they the ones that covered the, I always forget her name from Taoho, the Maid Ninja? Did they cover that and that became more popular than her original song?
I mean, literally everyone who has ever, like, been active in Japanese music has covered at least one of Sakia's themes, but I don't think this is the group you're talking about.
Okay. I was just, because I know that there is one, but my brain cannot picture, like, the name of the person. So I just wanted to be double sure.
No. Honestly, if you're thinking of what I think you're thinking of, I actually don't remember them either. That one song is significantly more famous than the artist who performed it. A sad fate.
It kind of sad. It's the first one that everyone thinks about too. You don't think about the original, you think about the cover, because it is a banger. It is a bop.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that.
Okay. So basically, you would recommend that song to anybody that is interested, or if you were like meeting somebody for the first time and you're like, hey, this is what I like.
I think I'd go for the former more.
Okay.
Though I cannot deny that I have spent the past several hours waiting for this stream to begin listening to this song on loop, because it's a bop. I do listen to it in my own time, that's why I pulled it out.
Listen, if there's any songs that get you motivated, then by all means, repeat them over and over. I do the same thing, so. Well, wonderful. I thank you for your answer. I do appreciate it. And I will be listening to this band more after the stream ends, because I tend to do that from time to time. I like listening to things that my friends recommend. So, hey, you may have somebody that you can talk to later on about it more frequently.
I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. Dear friend of the channel, Cosbanana, currently in chat, and I are currently in the middle of assembling some music trade playlists, so I have been thinking about music a lot more often lately than I do usually.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Hello, Nada.
yes, that's you. That's them. Say hi to Nada, everybody.
Okay. So let's get into the I always call them icebreakers, but technically the first one's the icebreaker. This is more of the beyond the mask. I like to ask these questions because, well, at the end of the day, it's the personality that we stay for, regardless of the lore, you know. And
Yeah.
I am very intrigued by the people, you know, who put on these masks. So, Mitsuda, I have to know, why did you become a VTuber? How did you get from where you were to now?
Okay, where do I start here? It has been like 5 years, almost 5 years since I graduated from college. I am dating myself a bit here, but you know what, it's fine. And in the time between, like, when that happened and around the 3.5-year mark, I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say I did not have a single positive interaction with another human being. Like on stream or off, I was an incredibly lonely man. And there wasn't really any sort of identifying, like inciting incident. I just woke up one morning and I was like, I need to get involved in some form of community. I need to start talking to people again. I need to involve myself in something bigger than just the miserable bullshit job I do to pay the bills, or I am going to go completely insane.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not how I got into VTubing directly. I spent some time on, you know, basic anime forums, spent some time doing creative writing. I tried to get involved in mystery fandom, but there isn't really a big online mystery fandom in English. That is a thing we will get to in a future question, I bet. But then, for the specific VTuber transition, I don't really have a bigger story than when the pandemic came and VTubers blew up, they wound up on my timeline, just algorithmically, and I just kind of went like, huh, that's pretty neat. And then I scrounged up like a few $100 for a mic, a model, and a background, and I was like, you know what? I like gaming. I might as well share this.
So, humble beginnings for you, basically.
Very humble. Humble
Perfect.
beginnings, and some would argue a humble middle and a humble present.
Hey, we all got to start somewhere. It is a straight line that eventually raises, no matter how slight the raise is.
Yeah.
And here you are today. I very much do enjoy your concept And reading the little bit of lore that you have given me is very, very intriguing. I want to learn more, of course, but
I wanted to make a crack about this when you were talking about like who is for the lore, who's for the personality. Like, especially if you're like me and you never do anything with your lore on stream. So, Mitsuda has much more fleshed out lore than 90% of my viewers actually know, because I only talk about it in private Discord calls with people who are curious. So,
And
if you want to know things, now's the time.
Yeah, and that's fine. And that's actually what Poison Points is designed for. And it gives you a stage not just for, well, yourself, but we can talk about the things that you don't typically talk about on stream. And I love that. I hope that by the end of the stream, everyone will know exactly who Mitsuda is.
Here's open.
How did you come up with your name, by the way? Where is the inspiration drawn for Mitsuda? Is it Madoi or Madoi?
I say it Madoi, but there is not an official pronunciation. I am not a Japanese speaker myself, out of character. I do not know if there is a correct answer.
Okay.
To answer your question, I got my name the same way as the great detectives Kiyoshi Shimada and Conan Edogawa. Which is to say, I looked at my bookshelf, picked the names of two authors, and went, there, that's me. That's my name.
I see.
Mitsuda Madoi is a hybrid of Shinzo Mitsuda, the author of the horror detective Genya Tojo series, and the highlighted detective in, I believe, volume 79 of Detective Conan. And Madoi comes from Von Madoi, a light novelist responsible for such series as Revoir, the Kyoto Mystery Solving Seasonal Report, and Sherlock Notes.
Okay.
Before you ask, none of those works are available in translation.
No.
I told myself when I was coming up with a name that, like, that was the point, that, like, oh, I love J Mystery. I made the channel because I want to share J Mystery with people and promote it. It doesn't get enough love. People will get curious, and it has not worked out.
No. So you cannot share the works technically that were inspired by your name, or what your name was inspired by.
Not in any, like, direct current form. I can show you to some reviews that I thought were very interesting and say I can send weekly emails to Vertical Publishing saying, hey, these stories look like they'd be right up your wheelhouse. You should translate these, but no one's returning my calls yet.
I mean, hey, if you start a petition, something that might get their attention, I would very much be willing to help you spread the good word.
Yeah. I did get Nana and I to send some letters to TMS asking for new Detective Conan dubs, and lo and behold. So, maybe we are accomplishing things.
And there's always a chance. Never give up. Until they
never give up.
File the cease and desist.
Yeah, they should probably give up.
Yeah, you probably should at that point. So, can you read Japanese, or do you loosely translate it through, time and effort comparing notes and the such?
Oh, I am trash. Like, do not have a single line of the katakana or hiragana charts down on Japanese. I am an extensive user of notes and electronic dictionaries and so on and so forth. I have to grind quite considerably, shall we say.
But grind you do.
And not in the fun, sexy kind of way. I often teach him, Nana, you don't speak Japanese either. I mean, you know, like, a few kanji. You are a bit ahead of me. You can't even get through, like, full sentences. Don't Don't you come at me with your $40 haircut.
We're getting shade thrown between interviewee and chatter. But hey, at least you grind, right? Because you put in some discernible effort in order to read these works. So I think that is worth something.
Maybe so.
So where did the concept come from? Because we know what your name is, and we know that you like mystery novels as one of your fortes. Where did the concept for being a detective come in?
I assembled the character of Mitsuda very mechanically and very pragmatically. I sat, after I made up the mind, you know what, I want to be a VTuber. I sat down and I thought to myself, okay, I want X, I want Y, I want Z, I need A, B, and C because of, budgetary reasons or what have you. So, you called me a detective, but one of the first things I thought to myself was, Mitsuda cannot be a detective. And my rationale for that was twofold. One of it was just, there's other detective VTubers, it's been done. But the other is that, how do I put this? I am kind of a colossal fuck up. And if you read, not just mysteries, but a lot of mystery philosophy, the sort of, academic papers that get published about mystery fiction, there's a lot of really fascinating, really scintillating debate in the mystery sphere about how fallible detectives are allowed to be before it starts threatening the fundamental premise of the fair play detective genre. So I got to thinking, okay, I want to, play into that. I want any excuse I can come up with to talk about mystery stuff on stream.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I am a fallible mortal, I cannot myself be a detective character. So I was like, okay, detective, recognizable as a mystery character, but not a detective. What do I have? I have the Watson. No. How do you make a Watson as a character? Murderer? No, I don't want to deal with that. Policeman? No, all cops. Forensicist? Yeah, forensicist. I can have a white coat. So that was my rationale.
Mm-hmm. And I like that.
Yeah.
I apologize for broadly using detective, but forensituber, as I wanted to say before.
That's a
yes,
fun word.
It is a fun word.
Yeah. Mitsuda's character beyond his job was... I wanted something that would be recognizable as a character and a persona I put on, but would not require extreme amounts of conscious effort and regular improv for me to keep in. So that meant, not very loud, not very enthusiastic, a bit more chill, a bit lower energy.
Exhausted looking.
Yes, I did not visually base Mitsuda off of myself, but he kind of wound up there anyway by coincidence.
Mitsuda, you should tell. Sorry, I not as.
No, I saw that. Hello, Nana. My tragic backstory about how he couldn't be a detective. Okay, that's a much more complicated bit of lore than Nada is making it sound. I think we will come to this organically later.
Okay.
I expect if we're going to be on lore for a few more questions, I think it'll come up. What was I just talking about? Low energy. So I had the idea in my head, okay, he needs to be a forensic scientist, and he needs to be, tired.
Mhm.
Not like currently tired, but like as a fixed personality trait. Why would that be? Well, he's tired because he's working a lot. That's how it works, don't you know? Why would a forensic scientist be tired? Because there's a lot of cases. Why would there be a lot of cases? No, scratch that. Mystery streamer. Why would there be a lot of mystery cases? Because he works a lot of mysteries, a lot of mysteries, a lot of mysteries. How do I make this interesting? All of the mysteries, and that's sort of how it clicked.
Mhm.
A forensic scientist who's overworked because he works the cases from every work of mystery fiction ever written. Bing, bam, boom. That's a fascinating idea. I like that. Basically, everything after that point just sort of happened on its own.
Yeah, and I love it. It is the process that you had of getting there is interesting. That you basically spitballed until it worked, and I think that is a great design process. It's
Yeah,
very
there was spitballing, and like I said, from my perspective, there was a lot of extremely pragmatic. Okay, what can I do? What need I do? Where do those points overlap? How is that already interesting?
Mhm. And it works. I love it. I love your design and everything. Um, I wanted to share this on screen for just a moment because I'm very proud of this drawing that I made of you.
Oh yes, yes, I recall. Ah, I was not watching the stream where you drew this. So from my perspective, I just went on Discord one day and found this sitting in my DMs. And I want you to just imagine what that felt like.
It's you.
Oh, this is uncanny.
See, I'm not an artist by any means, but I took a look. I was looking through the people that I needed to draw, and I realized, well, your design is kind of fitting of my own style. Like it is easy for me to do and simple, and I felt like I did a great job. So. We don't need to worry about the ears. Ears are not important. No.
You know, the top brass don't know what they're talking about. Those sorts of things are just for decoration anyway.
Yeah, no. You listen through your eyes and hear through your mouth as well.
Don't ask where I smell from.
We have just insulted all of science and all of human anatomy, so. But it's okay.
I'm used to that, so.
We're VTubers. It's fine. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Now, you went through this design process. You asked yourself a bunch of questions. Regardless of how many days it took, you landed on the world of mysteries. But if there was one thing that you could change about this process, or your design overall, would you change anything? And what would it be?
So I am not an artist by trade. The idea, like, the character concept was all my work, but when I came time to start making a model, I basically left all of the design work to my darling beloved art papa, Lin Rinku.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love me, don't get me wrong, Lin, if you're listening to this, I think you did a fantastic job. But Mitsuda is kind of a bare bones design, and if I could go back and rework things, I think I'd want to give him a few more defining character traits beyond just the bags and the coat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just some small stuff, like, I don't know, a pocket chain or something.
The ever trusty forensic scientist gun.
Yes, the gun that I am definitely authorized to carry.
Yep. The scalpel.
If Mitsuda faces,
That's
this is a thing.
That was the first thing I thought of.
Nana's been trying to convince me to get ear piercings. Yes, literally for as long as we've known each other. Also, I did a stretch posture check. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, I'm manipulating your. I'm monopolizing your. Hold on, stretching.
No, that's totally fine.
Jesus Christ, Michelle.
I love it when my guests and collaborators read out my chat for me. It's less work that I have to do. Yeah, the first thing I did think of was piercings. That would work. I could see it.
Yeah, the only piercing I ever got is that time the culprit stabbed me in the head while we were going for the arrest. And let me tell you, it was not pleasant.
And the piercing that I gave you when we took a blood sample.
Right, I forgot about that somehow.
Yeah, I know. The poison has some amnesiac effects, so don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you feel fine-ish.
Sorry, don't worry about what?
Anyways.
Anyway.
So, okay. So, just a little bit more defining traits. Something that flashes and pops out.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is less important, which is why I did not open with it, but I think I want Mitsuda. I'd like Mitsuda better if his eyes were gray.
So instead of the brown.
I actually wanted Mitsuda's eyes to be gray, first draft, but I forgot to. I had been talking about this concept from a character design perspective for so long. I forgot to tell Lin that when I sent in the request. And Lin Papa, Lin Papa is the sort of author who's the sort of artist whose process is to send you physical charcoal pencil sketches on paper, or send you photographs of that and ask you, is this good, is this good, is this good? And I was like, yes, that's very good, thank you very much. And so we'd gone through several revisions before we got to the bit where I saw the colorized version, and by that point when I realized, oh shit, I've been ignoring this incredibly important detail for this entire time, I was just too embarrassed to say anything.
Oh, yeah, it happens to the best of us. Do you think it would be insulting to the artist? Well, I mean, it is your art, but to go back through and slightly change the color, alter the color of the eyes yourself, or?
I don't know if it'd be insulting. I'm just lazy mostly.
I see. That is an acceptable answer, let me tell you what. Okay. I just wanted to say that even though your design is simple, I don't think that is a bad thing. I think that simple designs can go a very, very long way in recognizability, because with it comes a sense of relatability, that you can relate to this character. You are a normal person, and we are normal people. And I think that is the easiest point of connection, in my eyes.
Yeah, that was not a super high priority for me in the same way as all the stuff I discussed when we were actually discussing my process, but I did sort of want Mitsuda to be a quieter, not necessarily quieter, but more relatable figure.
Mm-hmm.
Just, partially because of, genre convention, but
Yes.
partially because, sort of like you said, I wanted to be more down to earth. I wanted to be a person people could talk to.
And lo and behold, this totally relatable frog poison girl is relating.
Incredibly normal.
Definitely normal. No, there's nothing wrong with me in any stretch of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, were there any points in your design process where you had a different approach entirely that you could share with us, like a different idea, and you were like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. We're doing this instead."
Honestly, no. The Mitsuda who sits in front of you today is completely in first draft.
You love to hear it. I love it. I didn't. So up until the Citrus interview, Citrus was the only one who had answered that the orange was the first design and it will remain the only design. And I love to hear that because I think that just goes to show that while you can add things to it, of course, if you are happy with your model, then things don't need to change. First draft is all you need sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned earlier, like, there was a time in my life between the, like, depressed husk and the VTuber phases where I did some creative writing, and let me tell you, sometimes self-editing feels like doing surgery on yourself without anesthetic.
That is...
It hurts to watch things die, especially when they are things you've made.
Is there a Reddit, like r/raw quotes? Because that is a raw quote right there.
That's... Full disclosure, that is not one of mine originally. I heard Ian Flynn, the comic book author, say that once.
Yeah. Still, though, I have never heard that before. You could have fooled me. I love that line. Oh my goodness.
I could have. In hindsight, I probably should have. It would have made me look way better. But you know what? Life goes on.
I love that so much. Now, Nana has teased something.
They have. This is...
You don't gotta
full
share.
Disclosure.
If you don't want to.
I legitimately have nothing to share. They are doing this without my permission.
Ah, I see.
Nana is a dear, beloved, incredibly close friend. Like, legitimately the single closest person to me in my entire life. And they've told me they're crowdfunding this, like, just on their own time. I did not ask them to do this, but I appreciate it massively. And you can be rest assured that I will definitely list them in the credits when I get this, even if, like, they literally don't do any actual work on the model.
That is incredibly sweet. Oh my goodness.
It is the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me. Nana, I know you're still there, and I love you very much.
Is there a link, perchance, to this crowdfund, or is this entirely behind closed doors?
This is entirely behind closed doors. As far as I know, Nana is literally doing this on their own.
Okay, I see. Well,
the modeler they are looking at is a friend of theirs, so they are getting a discount. Don't like freak out or anything.
Well,
if they were going to be paying full price for a live 2D model, like, just as a gift for someone else, I would have told them no. I would have told them that was way too goddamn expensive.
I was going to say, I am always willing to help out in terms of whatever little bit that I can put forward, but of course, spreading the good word.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've got your own shit going on.
Life is life. Yeah, I'm not homeless. That's all that matters.
I suppose.
All right. Well, if everything is handled, then we'll leave it at that. Are there any other big upcoming things that you have planned? Maybe related to that? Have you been thinking about a re-debut, as it were?
Honestly, the thoughts occurred to me, but if I were to sit down and do a full re-debut, I would want it to be more impressive than my original debut, because that's generally how these things work, you know?
You gotta
And-
blow your past self out of the water.
Yeah, and speaking of financial issues, I'm not really in a position right now where I could do what I really want to do when the day comes when I re-debut. So if it comes, it'll come later.
I feel you 100%.
Yeah.
How could it be? How is it? I cannot believe it is our fault that we are going through these things. Oh no. But that's shade to be thrown at a different institution.
Yeah, for legal purposes, I'm not going to respond to anything you just said.
It's okay. We exist. I was about to say above the law here. I don't think I can say that on stream.
Yeah, as a professional, I do have some thoughts on that train of thought.
But that's neither here nor there. We'll forget about that.
Okay. Forget about what?
Exactly. Now, I am curious because you come from this world of mysteries. Every mystery, that is.
Every single work of fiction that fits under the broad umbrella term of mystery fiction is a true story in the universe I come from. That is the lore in a sentence.
Mm-hmm. So, how old are you then?
It's difficult to say. You know how in comic books, people, like, time passes, but people don't age? Like how it's canon that Spider-Man was in college during the Vietnam War, but it's also canon that he just turned 30 in 2023, like, a few months ago. And both of those statements are equally canon. Well, Mystery World works the same way.
Okay.
Mitsuda, the character, according to the huge lore doc I have in saved back in the files, debuted in a mystery novel written in 1982, but he is less than 27 years old, according to, like, character profile stuff.
Okay. You exist somewhat outside of time itself.
You could put it like that.
Well, books and novels and mysteries are timeless. They always exist within their time frame, so I can see it.
Unless they're books kept in the Library of Alexandria.
This is true.
Never forget.
Forever young.
Oh, to be forever young.
So, did you just exist to fill this role? Or were you born and grew up into it?
So Mitsuda has a childhood and a backstory and all that stuff. It just slides forward with the sliding time scale in the same way as, flashback sequences showing Peter Parker, in college after he canonically graduated from college. It is the same way as that.
Mm-hmm.
Mitsuda does have a childhood. He was born in Sapporo, the capital of Hokkaido Prefecture. He went to university in Kyoto University, and after graduation, he moved to Tokyo and got a job in the records room at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, and from there progressively worked his way up to being a head forensic scientist through involvement in a large number of cases, some of which are still yet to be unveiled from, media blackouts and such.
Mm-hmm. Which one of these mysteries, or at least the type, would you say was the most abundant that you've received so far, and/or solved?
type of mysteries, I guess I'd probably say locked rooms.
Mhm.
Yeah. The good old king of tricks. God knows everybody wants to take a swing at it.
Do you feel
And of course,
pretty confident that you could walk into a situation like that and be like, oh, it was that, and you are more than likely correct?
I'm not a detective, but I've got a lot of experience. I'd say my hit rate's about like 75% or so.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The thought of you walking into like the room itself and you point to exactly what the solution is and then leave without saying a word is quite hilarious to me.
That is very good, actually. I wish I could pull that off more often. That would be very dramatic.
Well, you have solved a bunch. Do you have like a defined number of mysteries that you have under your belt?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know if I can count that high. The thing about being a forensic scientist working in Mystery World is that I'm a character in one specific series, but since we're all set in the same world and there's only one Tokyo, every case that goes through here, every case and every story passes by my office at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you draw the distinction between cases I've solved and just cases I've been involved in, those are two very different numbers.
I see.
If you count, every case I've ever had to process evidence for, we're probably in the 5 digits at this point.
Jesus. My goodness.
Yeah.
So, which I'll ask you a series here. Which was the one that drove you the most crazy?
According to the lore, the specific series that Mitsuda is a side character in is about a detective who goes by the name of Hayato Higure. And Higure is an asshole. And Mitsuda hates literally everything about him and wishes he would go away, but can't because he needs him to solve the 25% of murders he needs help with.
I see. So it's not even a case that drives you crazy, it's him.
Yeah. Yeah. Higure is a worse person than any murderer.
Oh my goodness, that is quite the statement.
I don't know if anyone here in chat has ever seen the anime Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
Oh yes, I am a big fan.
Okay, so Higure is literally just Mino if he was a detective. That's the concept.
I see.
That is very directly what my idea was.
Let me pull up this image so everyone in chat gets a good idea.
Yeah. While you're doing that, Remy, thank you for the hydrate and stretch.
Yes, thank you so much.
I told Nana a bit about. Oh god, stretch, oh god, my joint. What was I just talking about?
Hikari is an asshole. I eat his lunch and steal his pens every day.
Yeah, since Nana and I hang out so much, they've kind of inserted themselves into my lore as Nana is a fellow VTuber, Nana is a little slime, and they've kind of inserted themselves into my lore as a little blob that sits in my desk and eats people's lunch. It's adorable. I love it.
How do you spell this character's name again? I have completely forgotten.
You mean Mino, right?
Yeah.
Maeno.
There we
Junior
go.
detective.
Okay.
Nana's a junior detective, everybody. They haven't solved any cases yet, but we're all very proud of them.
All right, there we go.
Sometimes I like to give them french fries as little reward for hard work. To fallen court because they're wonderful. You better soul. Everybody will follow Cosmic Nana right now. They're a better streamer and a better person than me.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily make those comparisons because I don't think that's fair. But yes, you are now.
I would.
You are all obligated now to follow Nana. Okay, it took me forever to get through all of the web Ps in order to find this character's face.
Okay.
And of course, it doesn't seem to have worked. Gotta love technology because.
I mean, if you just Google like web P to PNG, you can find like just in-browser converters that work in like 2 seconds.
Too much time. I don't have time for that.
No. Shit.
Mono
yes,
knows.
Mono. Yes. Yeah, this fucker. Imagine a guy who acted like that fucker all the time. But, like, you couldn't get rid of him because, unlike Mino, he was actually good at his job. That's the shit I deal with every time my author publishes a new story.
I'm glad we had an instant recognition. I'm sure if Silver was here staring at the screen, he would also know.
I love Monthly Ghost Nozaki-kun so much. It is one of my favorite manga.
Oh yes, it is wonderful. Silver going, that's it. That's the only response we get out of him. I see how it is.
Yeah. No, that's fair. As long as we're talking about Nozaki, I should at some point probably bring up Nozaki. Umetaro Nozaki was one of the visual inspirations behind Mitsuda's design.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I gotta bring this up too.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't know this until after I'd started, on the design choice, but for the series' 10th anniversary, the original mangaka, Izumi Tsubaki, Our Lady and Savior, did a officially licensed Detective Nozaki, canon AU. And I was like, that's fantastic. That looks exactly like what I want. And I showed Lin Papa an image, and I was like, I want to look like this. I need to see this.
Yeah, I'm currently browsing through, but some of these are hard to find.
Hold on, maybe I can...
Yes, you might be far better off finding this than I, since I have not seen it yet.
Well, what are we looking for? Nozaki, Detective Nozaki... Well, that's really not great, actually. Thanks, Chief. Hold on, I know the... No,
yeah.
not Detective Phil Nozaki. Here we are. This should be... Oh, I'm just gonna go direct to the source. This is easier.
Yeah. Silver is apparently already on the case. It is marvelous. Yes, we have a personal anime friend group every Wednesday, and Nozaki-kun was one of the animes that Silver chose, and it is up there in top 10 for me.
Yeah. The manga is still ongoing, and it is only getting better.
Yes.
I am a regular reader.
You sent me a link.
You all are not.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Alright, if Silver sent the link.
Oh.
I got wait, no, it's gone. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the stream. I wasn't looking at the stream. I'm sorry. Has Silver got the link yet, or?
I do not have it, Silver, because you cannot send it to my personal messages. It will not work that way. You'll have to DM it to me on Discord.
I have obtained a relevant image. I will send it to you.
You should know this by now, Silver. I use my phone to move my face around. I cannot check messages on the phone that is using my webcam.
Wait, okay, so can...
Yeah, go ahead and send that to me.
Okay. Here you go, ma'am.
Thank you.
This is...
Oh my goodness. Yes!
The resemblance is uncanny.
Okay, pull that up. Bada bing, bada boom. Look who it is. It's Mitsuda. Actually, factually.
I did also find a link to the like not an official translation, but the translation of like the AU proper, if that's a thing we are on, like if we want to share that with someone.
Oh yes, definitely.
Or if that's too big. Okay.
Yeah, said it.
Bloop.
Yes, I know somebody in particular who would very much love to see this, so...
Alright, that's a link to part 1. There's a table of contents at the top with the rest of the parts.
I'll take a quick perusal.
Share that with whoever you want.
Perfect. Okay. Alright, perfect. Thank you for sharing this. I love Dazaki-kun, and I know a couple people in my friend group who personally also enjoy reading AUs, so... Okay, so...
Well, that was a tangent.
Yes, indeed. Higure, what it is the one that drives you insane. Do you have a particular set of mysteries that were your favorite, or perhaps one that was your favorite to solve?
The only... Hold on, I gotta break character for a minute. The only instance of, like, an actual specific titled mystery I've given to Mitsuda and Higure's adventures was that their debut novel was a book called The Zodiac Mansion Murder Case.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's kind of it by default then. I like talking about, like, cases, but I don't usually, like, come up with ideas for cases. I just kind of say deliberately absurdist shit and let people figure it out on their own.
That's actually a really good way of going about it. Oh my goodness.
I stopped doing this because coming up with shit, like, for every stream when you're like a 5-6 day a week streamer is way too much effort. But when I originally started streaming, I did this thing where I was like, I would begin every stream by, like, staggering in from off camera, shouting into a phone, going something like, okay, I don't care how much rope there is, we need to fingerprint all of it. Or, what do you mean you found a cactus in his shower? Or, like, where did you even get that many plushies in one plate? Just like, what the hell is he talking about? Mystery stuff?
Yeah, you leave it up to the audience to fill in the gaps.
Yeah. Yeah. That was incredibly fun, and I wish it wasn't so psychologically taxing, because,
Trust me,
oh, man.
I know. We lightly talked about this off-stream, but coming up with a 1 bit a week is the hardest thing to do, ever. I didn't think it would actually be that difficult, but my goodness, do I sit there every day at work, going through, coming up with a bit, and then scrapping it because it wasn't that good, and then I come home exhausted, and I usually figure it out before stream, so...
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody will blame you for that, but I do think that once a week that you do stream. Maybe throw in a little bit of lore. You'll be surprised at how far you can get with that little bit of time.
Maybe something to consider.
Not to force, but...
No, you. Trust me, you couldn't.
Well, that was all. Never mind. I was going to say that was also in the contract, but we won't go that far. That's a blatant lie. I just want to see you do it. Okay. Is there, or has there? I mean, I know might be the same answer as before, but has there been a mystery that you've been unable to solve to this day?
There was a case. It wasn't even like before I joined the force. This was just something that happened in Mitsuda's personal life when he was still in college.
Mm-hmm.
When Mitsu was still a student at Kyoto U, he was a member of the mystery fiction fan club. And he had a decent circle of friends, decent-sized circle of friends. Larger circle of friends than I did out of character, I'll tell you that much. And one day, he came early to the club room and found it locked. Those of you who have been following along will probably be able to predict where this story is going. Not a single shred of evidence left behind.
Mm-hmm.
One of his friends, knife in the chest, door locked, key in his pocket. They closed it as a suicide because, like, what the hell else could they possibly have said? This day, I still don't buy it.
Are you still searching? Searching for an answer?
When I can make the time. I keep it to myself. It's a personal issue. I don't want to burden the rest of the office with it.
Well, I'm sorry to bring it up. I don't mean to resurface feelings of the past that may sting and hurt.
It's fine. It's something I need to confront. I'm sure I'll get around to writing that story eventually.
I think that you may have the answers you need. Give us
It's
the
usually how it works
angst.
out, isn't it? I'm kidding, Olivia. No.
Thank you, Nana.
Yeah, kind of thing. I never did get around to bringing up the other thing that Nana was asking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Nana was asking about the like dark story about not being able to be a detective. So in Mystery World, because mysteries, and specifically mysteries that get solved in the manner of mystery fiction, are so common, detective, not like police detective or private detective, but like, you know, detective, guy what solves murders, Sherlock Holmes, Ellery Queen, detective, is recognized as a legitimate career path. And there are academies that specifically train detectives. And Mitsuda failed out of it. And that's why he's a forensic scientist and not a detective.
I see.
And I think Nana is making it a much bigger deal than it really is. Nana likes it when pretty boys are very angsty. I am not sure what that has to do with me, but they've decided.
I see. Listen, even if you flunked out, you're still in a position to do a lot of good. And that's why everyone comes to you, is it not?
Certainly true enough.
He needed to chase his dreams. Well, in a way, you are accomplishing your dreams.
Yeah, but but at what cost?
Yes, you do seem to be overworked and incredibly exhausted. How is it that you find the time to rest?
Do I look like the sort of person who does that?
Well, you have to have something.
Uh, Mitsuda. Mitsuda in character sleeps at his desk like 3-4 days a week. He is very busy.
Hmm.
Yeah, the spill the world's comfiest pillow. I don't think that's an option. Didn't Beerus the Destroyer steal it from Planet Vegeta after asking Frieza to blow it up? I thought that was canon.
What a darn shame. The second comfiest bellow, then.
That one was on the planet when it exploded, actually.
I do not know the lore. Okay, okay, listen. If it was exploded and destroyed, then the third, fourth, fifth, whatever comes next is now the second comfiest bellow.
Mathematically, I guess that is how it works.
Yes, get yourself like a non-sponsored like purple pillow or whatever it is, the square pillow. I don't know. That's gonna work.
Don't get square pillows. They're very poorly proportioned, incredibly rough on the neck.
Yes, I've always been a bit skeptical of the commercials I've seen, that they are superior as far as pillows go.
Purple was like originally developed for like medical stuff for burn victims. So it's all about being extremely cool. So if you have trouble with that, it might be worth the investment, though I must say they are very expensive.
Yes, and they have this this is real, by the way. I'm not making this up. This is documented in many videos of people who have peeled back the protective coating and powder spews out. They are laced with a powder that will seep through the mattress covering, and you can inhale it. It's not necessarily toxic, but it isn't good for your body. So
it's not necessarily
toxic to the point of
toxic.
killing you. But
it's not necessarily toxic, which means it's very off-brand for this channel. So we can't support it.
Yes, I sleep on I sleep on a purple mattress laced with real poison. Anyways. So
anyhow,
you hardly ever rest. You pass out on your desk, wake up the next morning, you're back at it again. Even for like meals and the like.
They send one person from the lab to go on a takeout run for the entire office. More often than they don't.
Do you eat your fill? Are you eating healthily, I should say?
Sure, let's go with that.
I am waiting for the chat to scroll. The judgmental stares being directed towards you for that one.
Yeah, no, believe me. No, he doesn't. I also do not sleep to the screams of my enemies, Ninja. That's a weird thing to ask a detective.
Listen, do you know what a broccoli is? Be honest.
Yes, I know what a broccoli is. I once saw somebody die after eating a poisoned one.
Oh, you were asking me about the screams. Next question.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Next question.
I see how it is.
Now, you did mention that Mitsuda has kind of taken refuge in a side hobby. A little bit of a thing that you do to take a bit of a vacation time. What is it about VTubing that has piqued Mitsuda's mind?
Okay, are you asking Mitsuda or are you asking me? Because those are
Listen,
two different questions with two different answers.
on the contract, you did include that as a part of your lore tidbit.
Yeah, I guess I did, didn't I? Shit, this is a this question's going to raise questions. I don't know if I'm prepared to confront.
Buffy wants
'Cause
both, but
now in character, Mitsuda is not a character concept. He is a fully formed human being.
Mhm.
So I guess from his perspective, VTubing is just streaming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's logic as far as it goes.
So well, Mitsuda takes solace in streaming, not necessarily VTubing, but
Yeah. Yeah, I guess and you know, that's a good hobby. If you're gonna be doing it, you know, casually as a hobby, that's a good hobby for, you know, someone who's very tired because it takes very little setup once you've got all your shit plugged in. You know, you want to stream, you just pick a game, you hit go live, and you start talking.
yeah, easy peasy. And you've mentioned that you found a loophole.
In my employment contract, yes. Since you can technically make money off of streaming, it is legally considered a job, and therefore I am legally mandated to get time off. It's wonderful.
There you go.
For the first time in my life, I can feel things that are not pain.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. Has streaming been a healthy experience for you?
Yes. Yes, I would say so, certainly.
Oh, there you go. What aspect about it? Well, for Mitsuda is
For
the
Mitsuda, yes.
yes. Well, what part of that has been for the better?
Um, I mean, I mean, the loophole, the time off loophole is significantly the most beneficial thing he's gotten. Just being allowed to sleep more than 4 hours a night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah,
It,
be allowed to socialize about topics other than the corpse he saw earlier today.
I
You
mean,
know how it is.
that could also be a topic for discussion, but not
Yeah,
at a professional level, of course.
yeah. You can't talk to amateurs about these sorts of things. They just don't appreciate it.
I guess that's fair.
Nobody appreciates the good, hard, honest day's work that goes into determining how long a body has been dead by the size of the maggots crawling inside.
I mean, you have me intrigued.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, forensic entomology is a very well-established field. Based on the, as I hope you are already aware, you know, flies generally do not lay eggs inside of living bodies. So based
Mhm.
on the development of the egg to maggot to you know, fully grown insects development and how thoroughly they've gotten to the corpse, you can help contribute to figuring stuff out about the body on top of, you know, rigor mortis, liverwort mortis, a rectal thermometer, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Fascinating field.
I would love to talk about more. It's just I don't know if that's TOS. I have zero
Yeah.
clue.
Yeah. If it were my stream, I'd take the risk, but I don't want to drag you into this.
I want to take the risk too, but like because I always like to push boundaries a little bit and you know, push those buttons. But okay, apparently talking about it is fine, but no pics. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. When there's no cops around,
Yeah.
anything's legal.
Yeah, it's only illegal if you get caught. So
Wait, shit, I'm the cops.
I think that's a perfect time
That'll
to
work.
take a quick break.
Alright. I hope this has been at least somewhat interesting for some of you.
Yes, I believe it has. I've been hooked this entire time. I actually checked just now the time that we're at, and
Oh,
was
yeah,
shocked by how like
I've
it was instantly there. Like that's how invested I've been.
I've been staring at that whole time, just kind of going like, is this okay? Should I stop talking? Am I going too long? Are we gonna go over time?
Maybe I should stop including the amount of time that I'd like to go for. I mostly include it so that like if someone feels as though they're under a time crunch, they can feel comfortable knowing they have a lot of leeway. So you're fine, I can assure you. But for now, let's go take a quick break.
All right, all of you, feel free to grab a bathroom break, refill your drinks, microwave some popcorn, do. Okay,
They can still hear you.
Start dinner. Go fill out your tax form.
I think they're a little bit late for that one, actually.
You know what? You're only as old as you feel.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
See you all.
Hey everyone. Can you hear me? Before we get back from break, everyone should load up the stare emote. And then when we come back, spam it. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. All right, everyone, we are back.
Yes, hello.
Why was that? That is not meant to be an instant transition. What the fuck? That was instantaneous.
I can't believe it. She's already mastered the technique of instant movement.
We were just outside. Why is everyone spamming this emote? What the heck?
Good question.
I think
What
everyone's...
are you all looking at?
Yeah, what are you all looking at? I hope you all had questions for Mitsuda, because if not, then...
If you aren't, I'm afraid we will lose our purpose for existence, and we will in fact shrivel away and die like we'd picked the wrong cup at the quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Look, you can stare all you'd like. It's just, well, weave in a question or two.
Are they writing in Morse code? So I don't get it. I'm scared.
The ARG is continuing, Mitsuda, whether you like it or not.
I always have time. What's your favorite energy drink?
Ooh, I like this question. How do you keep the old detective bones going?
Ninja, is this question for Mitsuda the character or me the streamer?
That one you can...
while we wait for...
You can interpolate that any way you'd like.
Well, out of character, the answer is I never touch the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take a cup of fruit juice or a nice cup of tea any day of the week.
Very based.
Yeah. Mono would like to know what my favorite mystery game is, and it's a toss-up between a few titles, but they are all in the Ace Attorney series.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and forth between Investigations 2 and Spirit of Justice.
Okay. Investigations is the Miles Edgeworth one, yes?
Yes, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth 2. Nobody has ever decided exactly how that title is supposed to be said.
Yes,
the great...
love me the fruity Edgeworth. A little fruity. Slightly fruity.
just moderate amounts of fruit. Maybe paste like a bit of apple juice out and sprinkle it over. I'm like that amount of fruit, eh?
Yeah, there you go. Yes, very fruity. Also, Nana, do not worry. If you would like to ask a question, this is what, well, we're here for.
Yeah, no, that's why you're here, you big goober.
It is an interview, and it's live, so I would hope that people ask questions. And then we get the copy-paste, extremely long wall of text that we've been waiting for.
Yes, unironically, please, I will have answers to all of them.
Wonderful.
While we wait on a follow-up to that, yeah, I like Ace Attorney Investigations 2 for the same reason literally everyone else does. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be? Probably an orange. Got a bit of, like, tang to it, got a bit of, zest. I know some people think it's, like, a bit, tingly, but it's, as Mono has said, good for your memory, good for your health in general, ultimately contributes to a long and healthy life for others.
Are you sure that that's not citrus propaganda?
No.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Nana has asked, who would win in a fist fight, Phoenix Rider Miles Edgeworth? And the answer is obviously Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, 100%.
He can afford a gym membership. Mono would like to know why it's called an orange, but an apple is not called a red. I think, if my memory serves, I do legitimately know the answer to this. The word orange linguistically comes from the name of the fruits.
Okay.
Like, the evolution of, like, the names of colors is a fascinating topic. Like, if you look, like, the more common colors are in nature, the earlier their words have evolved. Like, red, there's a word for red, like, as old as language. Green, as old as language. But, like, blue, a lot of ancient languages do not have a word for blue. Ancient Greek never references blue. Early Japanese never references blue.
Is it
They just call
more referred to as, like, water, ocean, sky, basically? The vast expanse?
Not really. It's more like just they fit it into the, like, umbrella terms of other colors. Like, I mentioned Japanese earlier. In Old Japanese, blue things are referred to as green. Yes, mono knows what we're talking about. In Ancient Greek, in the, like, I think the Odyssey, there are passages where they say the sky was the color of bronze and the sea was the color of wine. Like, there's not enough blue shit in this world before the invention of artificial color, and especially affordable artificial color, to warrant having a separate word, so they just used nearest approximations.
Okay. That's actually very interesting. I never knew that before.
Yes. You learned one new fact today.
Yes. Well, I mean, I've learned quite a bit about you, but...
Yeah, but, this is more likely to come up later.
PK does bring up a good point about the Phoenix, right? Versus Miles Edgeworth thing, and Phoenix was in a fighting game.
Yes, but that fact does imply that Edgeworth, as his equal and opposite, has the same capabilities, especially considering that Phoenix's fighting game abilities came from, like, his lawyerly abilities, which is a thing Edgeworth can easily match him for, assuming no external meddling.
Honestly, just looking at the two of them, like, Phoenix is kind of snowflakey. He's a bit of a flake. Edgeworth,
I don't know.
he could probably beat you just by looking at you.
I mean, that bit I definitely agree with. I don't know. Phoenix looks like he's decently built for a guy his age. He just doesn't look like he knows how to fight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there was that one with the one game with Apollo where he's kind of a deadbeat dad. Maybe, but
Eh. And in that game, in Apollo Justice, he does specifically give Apollo, like, advice on how to be better at punching people.
yeah. So something happened. Obviously, for those that
Clear,
want to enjoy the game, we won't talk in depth about what happened, but
like, clearly Phoenix saw some shit over the time skip.
To the point where he has turned to a life of alcohol and living in a box.
I mean, if by alcohol you mean unfermented grape juice, in a box you mean his office.
Yes, 100%.
Which, conceptually similar, I guess, but,
BRB, I'm going to turn the bronze sky into armor. Yes. Phoenix Wright. Oh, yes.
Sounds like
Canonically, Phoenix Wright is a himbo. It's true. He does his best.
Pre-time skip, I would agree with you 110%. But post-time skip, Phoenix is in this really interesting zone where he's got the demeanor of a himbo and the facial expressions of a himbo, but he's also still functionally the same character as, Naruhobo. Yeah, the daddy.
Yeah.
So it's weird, and it's interesting, and it's I know a lot of people do not like what happened to the franchise after Apollo Justice, but I legitimately think Phoenix's character development is some of the most fascinating stuff I've seen in like just the VNs in literature generally.
Yes.
I love post-time skip Phoenix. I'm glad he stuck around.
Made it to the very end, but I didn't finish Apollo Justice. I really need to do so.
You definitely should.
Yes. I love me some Phoenix Wright. I love me some Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma. Can't get enough of them. But I don't know why I just stopped and never got back to it, because I am what's that one doctor from Jimmy Neutron, the one that never finishes anything that he starts? That's me. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
I can't help you with this one. I'm sorry. I had no childhood.
He's one of the villains. Yeah, one of the main villains. Yes, Professor Calamitous. There it is. He is his infamous thing. His his foil in life is that he can never finish anything that he starts. So all of his plans are always half-baked. And the only way he ever will succeed is with the help of another villain. And yeah, he's the Tim Curry doctor. Well, it seems as though that is everyone's questions for you, Mitsuda. You had something that you wanted to do for the for a way to end out this stream, round out the stream.
I did. Irisu, our dear, beloved, incredibly hardworking host, did not come up with a bit, as we discussed earlier, to end off this stream, but I wanted to do something a bit more special than just say, hey, I hope this was fun. We're leaving now. Like my mailman going out for milk.
No.
So I've prepared a little something. And by prepared, I mean looked up on the internet. A big fundamental reason why I eventually became a VTuber, beyond just wanting to, be involved in the community, is because, as you may have gathered by now, I love mystery fiction, and I want to share it, and I want to promote it, and I want to share the things I love with the people I care about. So, to end us off, in 2020, in the summer of 2020, during the height of the pandemic, Kodansha, one of the largest publishers in Japan, did a special event where they released one free short story or essay, completely original, by an author of renown every day for like 4 months. And to the great surprise of many, myself included, Tree Books, a Japanese book website which otherwise has absolutely no involvement in the English speaking world, really had them all translated. And they're all available for free, and there are a decent few mystery novelists I respect who contributed things to them, but there weren't any mystery stories, except for one. So, as just a way to give you all a little peek behind the curtain into my world, to end off our stream, I am going to be performing, live for the lot of you, a live reading of Tokuya Higashigawa's super short mystery story, published on day-to-day, 9th of May 2020, A Lie in the Face of Bright Red Evidence.
And I'm over here now so that I can listen to it and watch along with the audience.
Yeah. Alright, I hope you all enjoy. I'm not putting our pages up on the screen because that seems like a lot of work.
We can listen
But,
along. It should be fine.
Yeah. Here we go. The moment I stepped out of the door, I felt the comfortable sensation of the evening air fill my lungs. My hand to my mouth and noticed the feel of my lips on my fingertips. It appears that I'm not wearing a face mask. Damn, no wonder it's so easy to breathe. Frustrated with myself, I headed back inside and saw the lifeless form of my aunt lying face up. The knife in her back must have hurt like hell. Her face was so terribly skewed that I worried that cracks might appear in the heavy makeup that caked her face. My mask was clutched in her right hand, soaked in blood. She had ripped it from my face when we got into a bit of a scuffle. I nearly left evidence behind. I plucked my mask from her hand, put it in the same bag in which I had placed my blood-stained knife, and turned and tucked it away in my bag. But there was still a problem. Now without my mask, my face was fully exposed. I couldn't leave the apartment like this. Particularly in these times, I would stand out too much. I needed a replacement mask. While pondering this, my gaze drifted to the mask that covered my aunt's mouth. Yes, I'll borrow that for now. But, however indirectly, I don't want to kiss my aunt. Besides, what if she's infected with the virus? I was arguing with myself when I suddenly heard the sound of the doorbell. It was followed by a male voice. Hello, Hodoncha Editorial at your service. Shit. Someone from the publishing house here to see my aunt. He appeared to have an appointment, as he didn't seem the least bit inclined to leave. There was no time to lose. Forgetting about my concerns, I put on my aunt's mask and quickly came up with a plan. I opened the door to the washroom next to the front door and slipped inside. I heard the front door open. The man from Podancha must have rudely opened the door and was now looking inside, in which case I was sure he could see the dead body in the living room. Sure enough, I heard him scream, "Ah!" You know how it is. It was followed by the loud noise of his footsteps as he ran inside. Ma'am! Ma'am! The sound of his voice rang hollow as he called out for my aunt. I used that as my cue to quietly tiptoe out of my hiding place. Then intentionally opened and closed the front door, making sure to make a lot of noise. I then pretended to take my shoes off in a rush and called out to him, "What's going on?" I pretended to be the good nephew who had just heard someone scream, rushing inside with the concern for his aunt's well-being. "Oh, the auntie! Who did this to you? I don't know, the man said as he looked from me to my aunt's pale face and back to me again. Then, the next moment, he frowned. Wait, aren't you the one who killed her? Is this guy a genius? A detective? Uh, Why did you say that? Your mask. It's inside out. God, 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 God damn, that's right. I put it on inside out because I didn't want to kiss my aunt indirectly, and it concerned me that she might have been infected with the virus. Is this so? The man from Hodansha pointed to my face as I tilted my head, looking puzzled. Your mask. You have lipstick on it. Bright red lipstick. Your aunt's favorite. Story by Tokyo Higashigawa, translated by Ediko Sugita.
Caught red-handed.
Red-handed, red-mouthed, a whole bunch of red things in that story. It's almost like that's what I called it that or something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
I
good.
didn't want to take up too much of your time, but I remember reading that story back when this project was still ongoing and thinking it was pretty nifty as an incredibly bite-sized little piece.
Yes, it is. It is wonderful. For such a short story, I think it's good. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
There we go.
That story was authored by Tokyo Higashigawa, an incredibly prolific author. His first novel, Lending the Key to the Locked Room, is available in English if any of you are curious.
I think we
also
have.
a lot of his stories have been adapted into Japanese dramas. If you're fascinated in those sorts of things, he's one of the more accessible authors in the Japanese mystery movement. If you're still inclined to look him up.
Yes, I think I know a few here that are intrigued by murder mysteries.
Yes.
I'm
of the opinion that the Japanese mystery tradition is currently the richest and most fertile source of good mysteries we have available to us right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're currently in the middle of a bit of a renaissance. So, it's a good day to be me, I guess.
Well, there you go. If it's rich, then you'll be even richer.
Maybe.
Buffy did have a question that got lost, apparently. I was going to ask before if you already have or plan to ever have little classic mystery book type cover illustrations, but with you in them. Pardon me.
That's... I'd never thought that before. That's very interesting, Buffy.
Either replace a main character in the illustration or put yourself alongside that character.
Well, the thing with that is, my dear Buffy, I don't know a lot of particularly famous mystery novel covers that have human figures on the cover. Like, just looking at, the bit of my bookshelf that's visible from where I'm sitting right now. The Decagon House Murders only has a diagram of the Decagon House. Akimitsu Takagi's The Tattoo Murder Case has an image of a snake. Lending the Key to the Locked Room has an image of a front door, the front door of the detective office. The Moai Island puzzle has Moai on an island. A shocker, I know.
The first thing that comes to mind is the Hardy Boys for Buffy.
Oh. Yeah, the Hardy Boys are a bit below my pay grade, if you ask me. I mean, maybe if we did, like, manga volume covers, like, Conan, Kindaichi, QED, Detective School Q, there's gonna be stuff there.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, the bigger problem here is that, art is expensive.
This is true.
Yeah.
I agree with
I was-
Nana's motion that, or notion that fan artists rise up.
Yeah. I love fan artists. I wish I had some of my own.
Don't say that. Now you're gonna. Now all of China knows you're here.
Yeah, I was joking around on VC the other day. Like, so many VTubers have issues of going into, like, debt because they're terrible with money. I am terrible with money, but in the exact opposite direction, where I literally never spend money on anything I will not die without because I am so cripplingly paranoid. And that's why I look like this.
Well, regardless, I'm glad that you've taken time out of your day to, well, your precious time out of your day to interview with me for just a little bit. And I suppose it gives you a bit of a break.
Yes, that too. I was about to say I should be thanking you. This has been an absolute delight. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I do have one last question for you. The one that has become a staple, a tradition at this point. If you could ask the next interviewee one question, you don't know who they are, what is your question for them?
Okay, I gave this one some thought. And depending on who our next guest winds up being, this may very well be a very silly question to ask them, but I feel I should stay on brand. If the need or desire ever arose, how easily do you think you would be able to get away with murder?
I see Buffy's O as I'm typing this.
Would you believe me if I said I'm such a mystery freak that was like one of my conversation starters when I was a small child?
I would believe you.
I was a weird kid.
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right. I do know who this is going to next, actually, and this is going to be an intriguing question to ask them. All right.
Fun times for everyone.
And the other thing is, as we are sending everyone off to go and raid, did you have anyone in mind that you would like to raid this evening?
There is a few. There are a few. Use correct grammar, Mitsuda. There's a few people I was looking at, but I think I'm going to send us over to Astrophel Magus.
Could you send that to me?
Yes, I'm in the middle of it right now. My Discord's lagging.
Thank you.
Astrophel is an Aussie, a friend, a partner on my anniversary stream last month, and currently celebrating 300 followers.
Awesome. Maybe we can send a little bit more love their way.
I certainly hope y'all do. Yes, Astrophel is a fellow chill variety streamer fond of RPGs, Nintendo games, and, fun, approachable content. And an incredibly chill human being, a dear friend. I hope you'll enjoy.
Yes, and again, thank you, Mitsuda, for being on stream. It is a pleasure, as always, to have you around.
Again, I must say, no, the thanks are all yours. You are a delight always.
We can share in the things together.
Yes. Well, if stream is ending here, then I think I'm gonna go, see if I can't get some anti-venom about these marks you left on my arm.
Yeah, there's no cure. Anyways, have a good night, everybody.
Okay. Well, it's been nice talking to you all. Thank you all for coming.
Yes. And we are wrapping up in next week. That is the end of the month is the last interview we will be doing. Stay tuned for who that might be. I will not reveal their name here, but for those interested, Poison Points is open to any VTuber that would like to be on the show, or content creator. It honestly, I've evolved it from being VTuber to, well, anybody that creates content. So.
Nana, you should absolutely fill out an application. You are such a fantastic conversationalist. Everyone here will love you, I promise.
Oh, yes. Honestly, you've never streamed before, create some form of content, boom, you're on the show. I'm looking at several people at this point, but the raid is going. Oh shit, what's the raid message?
I don't usually have one. Oh god,
I got it.
Okay, yes, I trust you. I trust you more than I trust myself, right?
We caught you red-handed. That's it.
Fantastic. I might steal that.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. Mwah, mwah.
Good night, all of you. Make sure to lock your doors and don't answer if any suspicious letters come asking you to meet up somewhere.
And we're gone.